Merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Emre. Call of Duty'ye kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. Chapter 6'dayız. Pierre'in gözlerini River Cycle'in de altında bulunan bir akıl hastanesinde açtı. Orada hücreden kaçmasına yardımcı olan Bradley'nin arkadaşı Doktor Gordon'la tanıştı. Doktor Fuller'in hakimiyetinde olan koridorlarda dolanırken Francis Sanders adlı bir adamla konuşmayı başardı. Dedektifin gözlerinin önünde acı bir şekilde ölmeden önce tüm olanların suçlusunun Sarah Hawkins olduğunu söyledi. Pierce, Bradley ve Colden'ın da yardımıyla oradan sonunda kurtuldu. Tarihsiz yoldaşlar Hawkins'in köşkünü sığınma noktası olarak kullanmaya karar verdi. Bu ne? Ahtapot mu? Cthulhu mu? Gözlere bak.
Who goes there?
Rüyaymış.
That nightmare again. I need a drink.
İç.
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
How's our
Tamamdır,
fugitive?
konuşmaya başladı.
Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Ne oldu? Bakalım neleri varmış.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
It seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Daha somut şey istiyor ha.
Bradley,
Sana oyun
what do
oynuyor
you
gibi.
remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
I heard you talking.
Sen ve
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the
hiç
business at
uslu değilim.
hand.
Tıt.
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, and chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Given the energy he
Fuller.
pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Bir ayrıntı yakalamış olabilirim.
I have
Bana her ne
flashbacks.
yaptılarsa.
They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs, the pain, I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the Institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed demented.
You likely woke up
Sıkıysa
during
onları
the
gördükten
anesthesia.
sonra seni de kaçırma.
No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells, an infernal machine, horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw
Her
is
şeyde
precisely what I've been trying to
impossible,
prove.
impossible.
Did you discover anything else?
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew
Öldü.
Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Bir elamet
Tell
geldi
me how
böyle.
Mr. Sanders died.
Oldu bir anda yok oldu. Chamber.
I didn't see what.
Uğrağına uğradı diye seçelim.
Something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Doğru söylemek daha iyi. Tabii ki de doğru
You're right.
söylemeyiz büyük
Without a
ihtimalle yani.
plausible
Söylesek neler
explanation for
olacak
what I
kim bilir.
saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Aklını mı kurcalıyor? Büyük ihtimalle başka bir şey yapamayacağız da etrafa bakıyorum. Bir kadeh hiç içme. İç. İçki içmek nasıl kaderimi etkileyebilir ya? Hah, çıkıyoruz. Başka bir şey var mı diye bir etrafa bakayım son kez. Ne bileyim, kitap bir şeyler vardır belki. Böyle masalar, kitaplıkları. Ya da buradan çıkıyormuşuz. Zaten geçen bölüm buralara baktıydık. Büyük ihtimalle yok. Çıkalım o vakit. Burada bitirelim arkadaşlar. Beğenmeyi, yorum atmayı ve abone olmayı. Bir sonraki videoda görüşmek üzere. Bay bay.